What is good, y'all? Welcome back to Chris and Raw Productions. As always, I am Chris, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today is June 8th, 2024. So today I'm going to get into a Superman update for the DCU film, Superman, of course. I want to get into the Daily Planet cast, some set images, no spoilers, of course, the Kent farmhouse, a possible Hall of Justice, and of course, James Gunn cooks again. Also, if you stick around to the very end, there's going to be a cool little tidbit of from the movie that was just released a couple of minutes ago on social media. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, of course, if you've seen the reports this last week, practically every Daily Planet member has been casted. There has been, I believe, three castings within this last week. And of course, we've had our main characters casted many, many months ago. But I think it's just a nice touch to know that we're going to get a fully fleshed out Daily Planet in this movie. Oh, yeah. So, of course, we have our main three: Clark Kent, David Corset himself. Um, Obviously, that was he was casted a long time ago, as well as Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan. And then a little later, we got our Jimmy Olsen, Skylar Gisando. So of course, this is going to be our main team that we focus on in the Daily Planet. If you see it towards the top, that Superman logo, that is part of the My Adventures with Superman logo. I absolutely love that font. And the reason why I bring it up is because I'm finally getting to the show, My Adventures with Superman, as of this week. Um, and what have I been missing out? I watched episode one many months ago, of course, and I don't know, I just forgot about the show. I'm glad I'm getting back into it because I love their dynamic. So let's get into the castings from this week as well as a recent. So Perry White, he's going to be played by Wendell Pierce. This one came out a few months ago. Wendell, he had I seen an interview he did with Seth Meyers. He is just Perry White up and down. He has that charisma, that gravitas. I think he's going to be wonderful. These are the three most recent castings. So Steve Lombard is going to be played by Beck Bennett. Steve Lombard, of course, is sports over there at the Daily Planet. Beck Bennett. There's actually an image of him hanging out with James Gunn recently, and people were already speculating who is he going to be? Why is he over there with James Gunn? So he's going to be Steve Lombard, and those mustaches look wonderful. So I'm looking forward to see how he portrays the character. Michaela Hoover is going to be playing Cat Grant. So this isn't Michaela's first James Gunn project. She was notably in the DCEU, The Suicide Squad. She played the secretary to the president. Um, and yeah, Cat Grant. She's sort of like she could be a divisive character in the Daily Planet, especially when it comes to like Lois Lane and stuff, and Clark Kent. So I'm looking forward to see how Michaela portrays this character as well, and what they have her doing. And last but not least, Ron Trope is going to be played by Christopher MacDonald. So people have been saying McDonald, it's MacDonald. If you go to his Instagram, he has an A in there. So Ron Trope, he does politics for the Daily Planet. Him, Beck Bennett, and Michaela. There was images of them hanging out with James Gunn this week. So I think when people were kind of like, what are they doing over there in Ohio? Why are they with James Gunn? Oh, well, they're the Daily Planet. All right, some more images that has came out. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is a set image. It's just some barrels and a tent. Okay, so it's not nothing crazy. LexCorp from Superman set. So, of course, this isn't the Lex Corporation, the actual building in Metropolis. This is just a set image right here. If you look closely, you see Luther Corp on a barrel, on a couple of them. So, what does this mean? What can we expect? Um, I think they're right now they're filming in Ohio. They're filming on a beach to me, but to be more specific, and there's like tents set up sort of for the set, what they're going to be shooting on. And they have these barrels all around the set. So of course Luther is in this movie. He's going to be played by Nicholas Holt. So I'm curious, are we going to see Lex Luthor's power suit? Is he going to have it in the film? Is he going to go toe to toe with Superman himself. Is he the main villain? A lot of people have been saying Brainiac. I think for me, Brainiac is more of a Superman villain that you build up to over the course of a few movies. Of course, Lex Luthor, that he is the Superman villain. So who knows? We shall see. Some more images as well of the set on that beach in Ohio. First off, I didn't even know Ohio had beaches. That's pretty cool. As well as, I wonder what they're going to be filming here. So, actually, there is footage of, I don't know if it was stunt actors or David Corey Sweat and Eddie Cathegi themselves, Mr. Terrific. I don't know if it was them rehearsing a fight. Well, they were rehearsing a fight scene, but I didn't want to put it on here because it revealed a little bit. Just didn't want to feel. I didn't feel comfortable showing it on this video. So, if you want to check that out, you can check that out on Twitter. Just look up Superman, and I'm sure you'll find the video, as well as this, the Kent farmhouse. Of course, we had our castings recently. I didn't make a video on it. There was a lot of stuff going on at that time, so I didn't really have the time to. But finally, this is our first look at the Kent farmhouse. This is a stand in. I believe this is either in Atlanta or Ohio. I think Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. The Kent farmhouse over there in Kansas. Very much looking forward to see the dynamic of his relationship with his parents, because this is a very different farmhouse compared to what we've seen in other iterations of Superman, where it's this grand two-story um, house. Very very big, not gigantic, not a mansion, but it's a decent sized house. This is a one floor. This reminds me of a house that I would see on my street every day. Kind of reminds me of the house that I actually grew up in. My house was blue, so not yellow. But this is pretty neat. Not lastly, there's a couple more things I want to cover. But in terms of images, uh, they're actually filming in Ohio at the Macon or Mason Terminal Station. So if you look on the right, you just see some scaffolding and you see a large tarp. That large tarp is covering the building on the left, the Macon Terminal Station. If the image in the middle is an inside shot of what the halls look like, it looks like a beautiful building. Absolutely something that could be the possible Hall of Justice. So they've had a building in Ohio, I believe in Cincinnati, that served as the actual Hall of Justice for one of the CW shows, I think. If you're probably thinking, oh, it wasn't for that, I just remember seeing an image of it a while back. I was like, oh, the Hall of Justice, pretty neat. So it looks like they're revisiting not that location, but another location in Ohio. I could be wrong, of course. This might not even be the Hall of Justice at all. They could just be filming a scene there, maybe a fight sequence, maybe they get called to an emergency there. Who freaking knows? But I remember whenever it was reported that they're going to be filming at this location a month ago, a couple months ago, I was like, oh, we're gonna get a lot of set images. Well, we're not because they have a huge tarp. A couple of things I want to get into. Lastly, last but not least, but this is something that I was looking forward to covering the most. James Gunn, he continues to cook online. This is an image that he uploaded yesterday on Instagram and Threads. Essentially, it is a sort of like a pamphlet for anti-bullying and things like that. So this is a quote. This is directly from Superman himself. Himself, excuse me. I remember, boys and girls, your school, like our country, is made up of Americans of many different races, religions, and national origins. So, if you hear anybody talk against a schoolmate or anybody else because of his religion, race, or national origin, don't wait to tell him that kind of talk is un-American. Help keep your schools all American. And I absolutely love this because James Gunn reposted this and people were in the comments saying, "Oh, well, what does it mean by this? Superman's anti-American. Superman is woke." People are idiots. I actually made a comment and James Gunn liked it, so that's pretty cool. I didn't screenshot and put it on here, but I was like, it's pretty neat. Basically, I was just saying that this is what America needs. We need open mindedness, and well, what I wanted to get into just real quick, I'm not going to go to my high horse, but that is America. And the average American is of understanding. and we can't let a small group of hate outvoice the rest of us. And I love this. People who, who are against those because they have, they're a different race or they're different religion or they're immigrants or the national origins or whatever. They discriminate against them. It's like the person who is sitting there and saying, "This is my country. You're different. You don't belong here." Those are the un-Americans. They're not American if they have that type of mentality. America should be about openness and acceptance. And I love that James Gunn uploaded this on social media yesterday because it's a great reminder for people. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's a little nugget that was uploaded a few minutes ago before I started recording. This it is the official slate for Superman the movie. Someone took this in LA today. I don't know where in LA, of course. I don't know why it's on display, where it's on display. If you look to the right of it, on the left side, he's like I think the Captain America Brave New World slate is there as well. But it's a good look. I love it. It's just a slate, but it's another nugget that we can all look at. So, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you're still watching, I love it. I love it. I love talking about this stuff. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you. And as always, guys, I'm Chris. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.